for the very first time, the famous play Carmen was performed in Vietnam in the original and integral version. Now, what made this performance even more special was the fact that it drew the participation of artists from many countries such as Vietnam, Thailand, South Korea and France. And we're lucky enough to be here in Ho Chi Minh City today to talk to two of the key members of the performance. Let me introduce to you our guests for today. We have Carlos Tu-Tho, who is the Chilean-French director of the choir and orchestra of Paris universities, right? And also we have Thanh Huyen, who played Carmen in the performance. Thank you very much for joining our show. Now, first of all, Carmen is one of, if not the most popular opera in the world. So, did you feel any sort of like pressure coming to Vietnam to bring this piece to the Vietnamese audiences?
I think that it's always, you have always a pressure when you go to some place where you don't know what's happening, you don't know the people. It's complicated also because we are a lot of persons in this, included in this project, and the musician, the solist, and the choir from different nationalities. So different school, French people, Vietnamese people, Thailand people. It's not the same. So for me, it's very important this because I have to bring all these people in only one thing, and this is very passionate for me. It could be very difficult. It could be really difficult, but in the moment you make this, sometimes it's more difficult than the others, but you have to go and you have to arrive. If I arrive, I'm happy.
All right.
Yes.
So, for you, as an opera singer who played the role of Carmen in this play, this role is probably one of the most popular roles as well, and it has been undertaken by many other famous opera singers around the world too. Did you feel any pressure, taking this role this time?
I do. I feel stressed, but as a side, very excited to do it because you know that Opera Carmen is very famous over the world. And there are a lot of big stars who've been acted very well. But my turn, I try to do my best. And then that Western culture is completely different with the Asian culture. So Western woman like Carmen, she's very, very strong and really have something. But Vietnamese, we kind of hide ourselves. We have something to bury it. So I have to open some gate here to mix, to collaborate the Vietnamese culture and the Western culture.
Carmen is an opera in 4 acts by French composer Georges Bizet. The libretto was written by Henri Meillat and Ludovic Halévy, based on a novella of the same title by Prosper Mérimée. The opera was first performed at the Opéra Comique in Paris on the 3rd of March 1875, where its breaking of conventions shocked and scandalized its first audiences. Carmen is a story of love, jealousy, and freedom. A steadfast and fiery woman, she uses her charm to seduce Don José, a soldier garrisoned in Seville in Spain and already engaged to Miguela. When accused of provoking a fight in a tobacco factory where she works, Carmen is to be arrested by Don José himself. But the soldier, who has already fallen in love, lets the beauty flee and bitterly regrets it.
In your opinion, why was Carmen at the beginning not fully accepted, or why did it bring controversy to the French audiences at the beginning when it was first performed?
You can imagine at the time, what that means, that a gypsy girl could say this a man. It was at the time. It was not possible.
Exactly.
Something. What happened? From where they come? these people. How, comment ils osent, how they can make this. So it was really a shock in the time.
And also,
Yes.
Vietnamese culture is a little bit opposite to that.
Yeah.
So bring it here just to make something special
Yes, I
and
think
make
so.
us to see something new.
Normally, singers with the type of mezzo-sopranos tend to take up the secondary roles, right?
Yes, it is.
But not for the case of Carmen. Can you explain why?
You know, with all the singers have a tip of voice, mezzo, the low voice. Normally, in every opera, they have a second row. But especially Carmen is for the mezzo voice.
What sort of effects do you think the mezzo voice bring to the character of Carmen?
Every mezzo voice, they have a kind of character is a little bit different, strong, and then a little bit special. We can say that, very strong. All I see, all my teacher, my friend, or the musicians are other singers. If they're mezzo, they are different.
You have also a dark color.
Yeah, the color.
A dark color in this voice.
Yeah.
That you don't have in the soprano, for example.
Yeah.
You know, soprano is very also transparent, but soprano is like a bijou, like a jewel,
Yeah.
like a jewel. You know, a lot of lights, and this one is very different because it dark, you know, with dark, and it takes you more inside. Really, I think that this is the reason because Bizet chose this voice and
Yeah.
no other voice.
For soprano, we can say that we can see exactly what is it, but mezzo a little bit like a
Mysterious, really
Yeah.
mysterious. You know, the audience is habituated to listen the soprano, for example, but not this one. And this role, so important role, so difficult role. So it's very special.
Basically, in the play, there was an aria that said, "Love is a rebellious bird that none can tame." That's an English
A ballet?
version. So, what's the message behind this saying and melody?
Yes, it's very special message.
Yeah.
Very special message because the love is very difficult to take.
Yes.
The love.
It's like
Lo-
the
lo-
bird.
Love, love, we say
Love
this,
like
the
the
love,
bird.
yes.
If we take the bird like this,
Yes.
it's okay. But if we like tight a little
Yes.
bit, it's we dead.
Yes,
Love
you
is
want to
we dead.
control something. You want to control. You want
It's
to
not
control
easy.
the love, and it's not possible to control.
Yeah.
Because
Impossible to control it.
yes, this is the lyrics of this
The
song.
meaning of the
And
song say that.
this meaning is not only for the love; it's also for a lot of things
Yeah.
in the war, in the life. in
Yeah.
life.
And that's what characterizes Carmen as well, right?
Yeah, Carmen is the woman. It's impossible to control her.
Okay, so question for you, my Vietnamese Carmen. I think Carmen is a sort of character, a sort of heroine that does not is not like the normal innocent and pure and light heroine that you would see normally in other sort of plays. Her character has got some sort of controversial as well as some sort of conflicted personality here. How hard was it for you to express this?
How hard it is? I think that I have to really feel what she thinks. So I have to study a lot to understand what really Carmen is, a woman, how her character is. So I can say something that she's very dangerous for every man. Carmen is very dangerous. So how can I be dangerous to everybody? I don't know. I really have to find out.
So here's the intriguing part. Do you see any part of yourself in that character, Carmen?
A little bit.
Or the other way around? Did you see any Carmen in
Be
you?
strong, like her, and also she make all the men crazy, right?
Yeah, right. You are dangerous, huh?
Me,
You are dangerous.
Carmen.
Carmen, not you.
I try to be like her, but I hope I can make people crazy, like her.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thanh Huyen is a sole professional mezzo-soprano of Ho Chi Minh City musical scene. Her talent was accidentally discovered in 2008 while Huyen was still working for a jewelry company. Huyen decided then to embrace a new artistic career and follow her passion for opera and classical music. She completed her master's degree with honors at the Ho Chi Minh City Conservatory of Music under the guidance of leading tenors of Vietnam, including Tạ Minh Tâm and Trung Kiên. She has starred in various classical pieces of Vivaldi, Mozart, Haydn, and Henry Purcell.
Having seen your performance, it is unbelievable that you used to be a marketer before you became an opera singer.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about this switch? What happened?
In my family, my father is a traditional singer. All my childhood time, I listened to music, but in the past, people can't live with being an artist. So my father, he left the career of singing. So I think, okay, my father is working very hard. So I can't do like him. I have to help earn money for life or for families, or have my sister, my niece to study. So I think I start with marketing for a jewelry company. But one day I have a little bit problem. So then my friends say to me that you should do something like dancing or singing. Then I say, okay, maybe I use that to distress. And my friend gave me the number phone of Madame Anh Tuyết, you know her? And I take a private lesson with her. After 3 months, she said to me that you should become the professional singer. I said, how can I know nothing about music. She said to me, just learn. And I take a few time to think about this. Do I really in love to music? I said, okay, I try. And after 3 months, we're preparing. So preparing for me the exam to enter in the conservatory.
Oh.
Then after 3 months, I work with Mr. Thanh, the musicology teacher, and her for the technical of sing. Then I entered the conservatory of Ho Chi Minh City. Then I start to study. And then after I in love to music.
So did you sort of feel nervous at the beginning
Of course,
when you decided to do the switch?
yes, I know nothing. I left my career before to do music, so I have to really do it. So then I decided to study really, really hard. People can, the other friends, they study very lightly, but me, I have to do hard because I don't know how to read music at that moment. At the age 26 years old, I start to learn how to read music only. And after 4 years, after 2 years, the Ho Chi Minh City Symphony Orchestra and Opera, they asking me to become part of their members. So I think that is the chance for me to continue with this beautiful career.
That's very inspiring. What does it mean for you to continue the broken path in the musical career that your father left behind? What does it mean for you to do that?
So I'm lucky because around me, I have my teacher, he helped me a lot. He really, really explained me that the voice that I got is a gift from God. So I have to bring it and do it really well for the career, for the music career of Vietnam. So I thinking about this, and I say, okay, I will do really hard to what I can do to deserve with that gift.
Born in a family of musicians in Santiago, Chile, Carlos Dutey was trained at the National Conservatory of Music of Paris. First cello, soloist at the National French Orchestra for 20 years. He was one of the founding members of the string quartet, Huyen. He then turned to conducting and started as assistant of court mazur. During his studies, he was advised by Laurent Mazel, Seiji Ozawa, among other great conductors. He is now the musical director of the choir and orchestra of the Paris universities.
So, Carlos, you were born in a family of Chilean musicians. What sort of impact, or how did that affect or influence your style of performing and the way that you performed French style orchestral music?
Okay. Yes, for me it's a chance because I decided to be a musician. So in my family, when I was 3-4 years, it's something normal to listen to music. So I continue in this sense. So nothing is new for me. Nothing was new for me because all the time I listen to music. I heard about music. And so when I take the first time violoncello, it was my instrument. It was so natural, so natural that it gave me something special. And when I arrived, little by little, when I arrived in France to be in the conservatory, then I went to the different orchestra. I was also assistant of a great conductor, Kurt Mazur. He's a really good conductor. He wasn't because he died right now, but he learned a lot of things. He learned me a lot of things, And all these people, because I had a chance in Europe to be in contact of all these guys that they are old right now. Not all is alive because we have Muti, for example. Riccardo Muti, one of the greatest Italian. Then you have Muti, you have Ozawa. All the people knows Ozawa, Japan person. All this kind of conductor give me also a lot of possibility to discover the music, or music symphonic, or opera, or other things. It was really something normal from when I was 4 years until now. That don't mean that it's not difficult, of course. It's very difficult. It's very difficult, but it's something without really shocked, you know. And it's does it because I was so happy to be here, you know, because this was a really first opportunity to be here in Vietnam, and all this bring me more emotional things, experience with different people, and this is I like this. I think that is a very chance for me.
Jamais femme avant toi, au
Carmen was performed for the very first time featuring an international cast consisting of Vietnamese, French, Japanese, Korean and Thai performer in Ho Chi Minh City. The project was initiated by 3 Vietnamese living in France, Nguyễn Thị Thanh Huyen, who plays Carmen, Nguyễn Hữu Nguyên, violinist of the French National Orchestra, and Thái Tu-Tho.
We're quite lucky. The whole project is only made of friends. It's very easy to work with friends. We don't have to really care about how we talk to each other or the conditions under which we work. We are all united by one same thing, our passion for music and our strong will to make this happen in Vietnam.
Despite the difference in nationalities, all of them from singers, conductor, musicians to the stage director, together share the same passion for opera and speak the same language of music.
Music is just a language, yes, right? So we can combine in music, and we can, even we are other different nationalities, but we can make harmony in music.
This is not the first time I played in the original version of Carmen. I was surprised when Vietnamese people showed their interest in this genre of music. Classical music is a concept of liberation and a bridge connecting people from different cultures closely to each other.
Besides singers, the orchestra was also the combination of French and Vietnamese artists. Nguyễn Hữu Nguyên, one of the 3 people who first came up with the idea to bring the full opera to Vietnam, invited his both Vietnamese and French friends to join the orchestra.
Các bạn bè Việt Nam là 2/3 của dàn nhạc, và sau đó thì tôi mời thêm các bạn của dàn nhạc quốc gia Pháp tham gia, và nhạc trưởng là 10 bạn rất thân, cũng sống ở Pháp mà hồi xưa là violoncelle solo của dàn nhạc quốc gia Pháp. Tất cả các vị trí solo trong kèn, trong dàn kèn gỗ và dàn kèn đồng đều là các thành viên và các cộng tác viên của dàn nhạc quốc gia Pháp. Tất cả các solist này đều sống và làm việc ở Paris, và họ đã từng có kinh nghiệm rất nhiều trong cái vở opera Carmen này.
We have the opportunity to play with Vietnamese people who work in France as Nguyen with our friends who invited us, and it's nice to just connect with other culture, other way of playing, and to perform in other conditions than in Paris. It's really different, but we enjoyed it.
Nguyễn Hữu Nguyên and the 2 other project leaders, Huyen and Thơ, are the bridge connecting those artists together, turning their mission of bringing the fully staged Carmen to Vietnam into reality.
So what sort of obstacles or challenges did you experience bringing this piece to Vietnam?
Yeah, in the string, for example, the Vietnam and some of them French people, I try to help them and demanding some colors of sound, some colors of vibrato. This is technical things. It's maybe a little bit difficult for the people, but it's a little details. It's like in this table, you have in this table you have a style in this table. You can change this if you want, but for this you have to know what happened and how to change it. This is my work, and when I with the Vietnam people, I try to explain why I want this change this. You know, I try to explain them easily because it's not necessary to talk a lot, but your gestic is also a help, also a help.
You mentioned earlier that you had to put together or gel together a group of musicians from all different nationalities and different cultures too. How did you overcome the cultural barriers and bring them all together?
It's music do it.
It's music do it, but also it's sometimes you have to change your gesture also, because some people react at one gest differently than other people. So you have to change. You have to change, and you have to show them something different to obtain that I really want. Because if I tell you yes, but the guys don't play like I want, what is the solution? The solution is me. I have to change. This is the way. Yeah.
That's the mindset of a leader. Okay, so how about you, as a Vietnamese musician? How did you feel to perform alongside so many artists from so many different backgrounds, from different countries like that?
In a big project like this, it's a big chance for us to learn from each country, each culture. Before we work, we study with the teacher, with the books and reading, but now we do it real. We feel it real.
Yes, you touch it. You touch it. That is the thing. You touch it, and you say, yes, they make this like this. It's different than I think before.
Yes. How I imagine
how
is
can we share this? You play this like this. I sing this like this. It's possible to share this? Of course, it's possible, and that gives you a new color. A new color.
Yeah.
That's it. Really, I think that is something so beautiful. Something
it is.
So beautiful.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of the girls sitting.
The multinational collaboration required efforts and hard work of all members to immerse Vietnamese audiences in a colorful journey of the appealing Carmen.
Plenty of space.
We didn't have everyone together until the very end. So once everyone was actually here in Vietnam, then we were very rushed to sort of get everything ready. We only had about 1.5 weeks to put it all together with everyone here.
From the initial idea, the group prepared not just several months, but a year ago. Right from their arrival in Ho Chi Minh City, they have had intensive 14 to 15-hour-a-day rehearsals.
Besides learning the notes, we have to try to think of the character and try to make it your own character. The character is very, very flamboyant, very macho. And personally, I'm not like that. I'm very calm and gentle. So for me, it's challenging for me to try to interpret the character and to make it my own.
What do you think made this performance different from the other times that it has been performed before?
We are in the different countries, that's right, but also if you make this opera twice or 3 times in the same country, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. That is the music, that's the artist. That's it. You don't have 2 times the same thing. It's not possible. Because in the morning when you wake up, you are not like 1 year before or one week later. So it's the same thing for us. Of course, between France and Vietnam, the difference is huge. It's huge because you can find the different colors, the different way to arrive at the same thing, but different way because the choir proposed me something new. And I decided that this is very good. I have never heard before. How it's possible? Thank you very much. I go to take this. And then my experience showed me to take other things from France because I prefer than we make here. So, you know, this is a little bit like a pulse. You change, you put in, you change, and you move. And this is very, very, very interesting for me. Very interesting. This is the difference for me.
It's also very interesting for me too.
Familiar melodies, orchestra playing live, talented conductor, beautiful and powerful vocalists, emotional acting, or the attractive appearance of Escamillo. But above all, Carmen, the woman desires for freedom in love, charmed all audiences in the theater.
Thích nhất nhân cô nữ diễn viên đóng vai Carmen, tại vì cô có một giọng hát rất là nội lực và truyền cảm. Thì em rất với lại cái cách biểu đạt cảm xúc của cô rất là phong phú và rất là, nói chung là em cảm thấy một Carmen rất là bất cần.
The opera attracted not only Vietnamese but also Vietnamese overseas and foreign audiences.
This was the first time I've seen the Carmen in Ho Chi Minh City. It was very good. I live in France and I've been in Vietnam for a while. I felt very happy as Carmen was performed in Ho Chi Minh City. Opera is a European genre. Vietnamese people are not used to it, so I hope there will be more operas performed here. They can understand more about Western culture.
The opera combined 3 different languages with singing in French, script in English, and subtitles in both English and Vietnamese. To music lovers, language is not a barrier, as they could immerse themselves in a space full of music, emotional vocals, and evocative acting.
Qua cái buổi diễn á, thì cái cảm xúc của cái diễn viên á, thì cũng có thể em cũng có thể hiểu được, cho nên em vẫn thấy cái mình khá là enjoy cái buổi này rất trọn vẹn.
For the artists, it is audience applause that this is the clearest proof for their efforts and motivates them to continue pursuing their passion for opera.
As an insider, how important do you think the play is in the development of the love for opera as well as the opera singing industry in Vietnam?
It's a little bit difficult because the Vietnamese audience we have about 30% who can understand and accept it. Others, they say that it's too difficult for them. So our job here is to have to bring it to the audience, and we try our best to do that. And also, I believe that our government, changed a lot in education, music. They put a lot of program for the young students to learn music also, and to get used to classical music.
What do you think is appealing, is attractive about classical music to the Vietnamese audiences?
I don't know here in Vietnam, but in France, for example, when you go to the concert, you say, yes, but the people who come to the concert are not very young.
Yes, it is.
That's right. But in the other hand, you can say also, yes, but me, you, in the beginning of your life, our life, we like some things, and about a little bit after, you begin to like classical music because your shells are different, because your thinking is different also. So it's good to say that the young people have to know what is musical classical, but it's not possible because they can't like this. You have to wait in your life. You have one time in your life that you go to write, but that's natural, normally. That's normal.
Don't force it.
Yes, don't force.
Not the way to force. People like it.
If your parents give you some idea, it's enough.
Yeah.
A little bit like this. And then the plants, grow up.
Or not only parents, or maybe friends,
or
maybe teacher, or maybe just we meet some people.
This is important. Somebody show you this.
Yes, somebody have to link you with the healing of the music, and then you feel it.
Yeah.
Later you will love it.
Yeah.
So just before we wrap up, what are your individual plans for the future?
I have a lot of plans right now because I return to France, and I have conducting lessons. I give conducting lessons during 15 days in Normandy. Normandy is, I don't know if you know this region of France, of course. This in Normandy, and then I have a tour in Germany, 3-4 concerts in Germany, and I continue, of course, in October with my choir and university orchestra in Paris. So we go to play in Invalidos, I don't know how do you say it's where Bonaparte is there, you know, in the church of Bonaparte, and so we have 2 concerts there. It's yeah, I'm very happy to all this quantity of work.
And me, because I concentrate a lot for Carmen until now. So I may take a little bit rest for 1 month or 2 months because it's really hard work.
Yes, I know.
And then I go back to work because I work for the HSPSO and teaching, and I'm thinking about doing a doctorate.
So do you have your sight on other roles, other characters, other plays in the future?
In Vietnam, we do not have a lot, but I invited to sing in Angkor Wat for the magic flutes. In the end of the year, we go there to sing magic flute of Moja. Yeah.
Okay, and we wish you all the best of luck with your future plans, and can't wait to see you guys again here in Vietnam another time.
Thank you very much.
Great. So that has wrapped up this edition of Talk Vietnam. Now we hope that through this episode of Talk Vietnam, we have inspired your love for classical music as well as your understanding of the intricacy behind the amount of work these guys put into creating such a masterpiece. That's it. Goodbye for now. I'm Michael Liu, and until next time.